got to feel in heaven when my lover's near. Lord, let this moment last for another year. Though today has ended, the night's still young, I'd say. Lover, don't go away. Let it be the thing that I am longing for. Let's fly out from Manhattan to the California shore, just to watch the ships at night on the San Francisco Bay. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Don't say you have to go. Don't say you need to run. I'll stop the clock on Central Station and we can have a drink downtown. Let it be the night that I am longing for. Let's fly down south to Austin or to Ecuador, just to drink pina colada on a hot, wet summer's day. Oh, lover, please, please stay.
Welcome everybody, and welcome to the Stir Crazy Sankaset Time, the Divine Danny D.
Wow.
I know, very, very dramatic.
That was
today.
very wow. I'm Elle Diabloe. Hi, how are you?
And this is the Sankaset.
It is.
Every week we cook you some good food. We make you some delicious cocktails.
We do some weird shit.
And then we take over the world. No, then
we haven't done that yet.
Have we done that?
We have not.
I'm pretty sure we're almost. I think that maybe season 4.
Oh, okay.
Season 4.
Season 4. We take
world
over the world.
Takeover.
World domination. Yeah. If the Delta variant doesn't beat us too.
Hey, there is no Delta variant. The Delta variant sounds like a John Grisham novel.
It does.
Or like a sequel to Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes, Delta variant. It's all these apes who are from Delta, BC.
That's a very Canadian specific
joke. It's a very
joke.
Canadian specific joke.
And for those of you who don't know, you are tuning in live into our kitchen in La Belle, Quebec, Canada.
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so belle out there.
It is very belle out there, and I think either someone's doing some handyman work and they're like listening to their tunes. We
should close the window.
There's some. There's some stuff going on up here in La Belle today. It's cray. Population 2,500 people.
Yeah, a little warm. It's a little warm today.
It is again.
For those who've never been here before, we were in the land before the Great Panini.
Yes, the Grand Panini.
The Grand Panini. Another great Planet of the Apes sequel.
Planet of the Apes?
Planet of the Apes.
Different movie.
Yeah, very, very different. It was adorable. It was an adorable apocalypse. We were live performers in front of live people, like an audience. That was live.
But we could reach out and touch them.
I felt so boomer.
And now we're still live.
We're still live, but now we're live in the right way.
Well, we said nothing would ever come between us, but now the internet has come between us.
I don't think it's come between us. I think it's brought us closer together.
Oh, sorry. The internet has brought us closer together.
Because could be in people's beds. We could be in their bedrooms. We could be in their on the toilet.
I thought you said we weren't being boomer about it. And you went 2 ways, boomer.
How does that boomer?
Or you wanted to just come into people's bedrooms and then you were on the toilet. So like boomer and then anyway.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
I do. It was a great joke.
Well, again, a thing that does make a joke good is when you need to explain it.
But just because you didn't understand doesn't mean it was a good joke.
But that still doesn't mean that. Okay.
Hi.
Anyways, so before that, we were burlesque performers. I was a host, a comedian, a producer, a writer.
I was a burlesque dancer and teacher and choreographer and burlesque host, and now we do this.
Now we do this. Now we break. Every week we take a theme. We make some amazing food based around that theme.
Y'all.
We make crazy cocktails based around that theme.
Y'all.
We have some great segments with some of our best friends based around that theme.
Yeah.
And all.
And I make noises.
For you. Well, we technically both are making noises.
Yeah.
Oh my golly! I feel like I was a little scattered starting today because today I'm doing food and you're doing cocktails.
Yes, we've swapped.
We've swapped today.
We've done like a Disney swap.
How's that a Disney swap?
We've done like, I was thinking of the Parent Trap, where we just swap spots.
Is that what happened to the Parent Trap?
Yeah, they were twins and they swap.
I thought it was about them trying to fool their parents to getting back together. Wasn't that it?
Yeah, but don't they become each other?
No, that's the Prince and the Pauper.
That's not the Prince and the Pauper.
That is the whole story of the Prince and the Pauper.
Well, I mean that too, but I think it was also part of Parent Trap.
Okay, you guys probably know better. Tell us what the hell is the plot to the Parent Trap, because I say it's about two girls who try to get their parents together.
Yes.
Because they were separated.
Yes.
But that's the whole point. It's
But
not about necessarily them swapping.
But I do believe in the Lindsay Lohan version.
I've never seen the Lindsay Lohan. I've only seen the original Disney one.
But I think in the Lindsay Lohan movie, Lindsay Lohan swaps spots with Lindsay Lohan. At least for a portion of it.
How
They
can
pretend to be each other, the twins. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking.
I don't know if that's a
asshole.
thing that really happens.
I don't think it's a thing that actually happens, but.
Also, if you are watching this show, right now we are broadcasting on about 4 or 5 different places. You can catch us on our Facebook page. You can catch this on our YouTube channel. You can catch this on our Twitch channel.
Hi, Twitch people.
You can catch this on the Divine Danny D's Facebook page, or Facebook, my Facebook.
Yes.
Or you can catch us on our Twitter. If you are watching it on the Twitter or on the Facebook, on my Facebook, you will get a little bit of a limited. You might not be able to comment as much, or their comments might not show up on our big feed here. If you want to make sure that you are part of the conversation, that you are always there, we suggest go to our Facebook. Sorry, go to our YouTube page, our YouTube channel at youtube.com/StirCrazyShow, or to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/StirCrazyShow. Either of those, you'll have the full experience. It's going to be fantastic.
It'll be crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that's what we recommend. This week, it's Morning Madness.
See.
What does Morning Madness mean to you?
These days, it means I'm mad at myself because I've stayed up too late and I can't get my ass out of bed in the morning. That's my morning madness these days.
I have suffered insomnia most of my life. Mm-hmm. And for the past 2 years, it's been not bad. Mm-hmm. But every now and then, it's just inevitable. It's going to come around. And the past couple of weeks, I can't get to sleep till about 4 or 5 in the morning. Does
that make you mad in the morning?
It doesn't make me mad. It makes me, again, for the longest time, it was such a norm that was how I lived. I lived on about 2 to 4 hours sleep. Mm-hmm. As I get a little older, that's a little harder to do.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm afraid I'm going to explode one day.
I don't know. You might deflate, though.
Deflate?
Well, I just
like deflator mouse?
You'll be tired. You'll just be
I get it. That's how you come back. So this week, Morning Madness means it's all about breakfast.
Yes.
Which is why we switched. Because I love breakfast food. I love making breakfast food. Those are my favorite things in the world. I love eating breakfast food. If I could have breakfast all day long, that's what I would eat.
Do you have a specific breakfast food that you would eat all day long?
No, because there's such a mix of things. Probably the thing I go to the most is some kind of perfect egg and breakfast meat sandwich.
Okay.
Most often I like an egg sausage, cheese, and I like them either on an English muffin. English muffin is the perfect breakfast sandwich.
It is.
Or a nice baguette, a nice hot baguette, fresh baked baguette. That's a great way of doing it. Eggs a little squirty.
Not too squirty though, because then it gets messy.
No, you don't want it to be too squirty. You want a jammy egg.
A jammy egg, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
My nickname in high school.
Jammy egg?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, just now that you're doing the drinks, you're just going to take all my jokes too. Cool.
I almost took your mustache, but...
Well, don't know what to say about that.
I don't know. I was looking for a funny follow-up joke in my head, and they just weren't coming.
Oh, that's weird. That was weird. But cool. No, so I'm, that would be that, or... There's so many different things, and luckily there may be questions about that later on in the question segments. But I could eat breakfast. The things that I have that I need eggs. I love eggs. I can eat eggs all the time. Bacon is a good thing, but bacon needs to be done in the right way. I don't like a crispy bacon. No, I don't like a burnt crispy bacon. It's got to be a little floppy. Still got to have a little chew to it.
It's got to have meatiness to it.
But it's got to have that little crunch at the very edges. The other thing that you need to have for breakfast is some kind of good bread. Bread is also some kind of toast, some bagel, some whatever. So basically, a pancake counts. A waffle counts.
Whoa! A pancake and a waffle count as bread?
Yeah, they come as a bread product.
So when I think of like breakfast bread products, I think of like English muffins, bagels, croissant, chocolatine, or pain au chocolat, depending where you speak French. But
having dessert for breakfast is
but like a pancake is to me dessert for breakfast, as is a waffle. So it's funny to me that you put that more in the category of bread than you would a croissant or a chocolatine.
I mean, croissant and chocolatine are lovely. I'm not a big chocolate person, so chocolatine is very rarely a go-to for me.
Yeah.
But again, there's something about maple syrup. I like to have maple syrup on an egg. Maple syrup on any use of maple syrup is a good thing. It's one of the exceptions to the dessert for breakfast rule.
It's amazing how you and I have such similar taste buds, but such different taste buds. You say maple syrup, and my back teeth get like sore, and I'm like, like, yeah, I'm not a big.
Why would you not have that?
I'm not a big syrup person.
Oh, okay.
But I'm also not a big breakfast person.
Yeah, I know. It's one of us. It's going to be our downfall, I think.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because I eat it when you make it, because you make it so well. Which is why
if
you're just tuning in, he's making food today, and I'm making cocktails.
Yeah, so I'm making the breakfast food today.
What are you making for breakfast food?
I have decided to make one of my favorite things to make and to eat for breakfast.
Okay.
Want to go a little down to the southern United States for this, and we're going to make some traditional biscuits. Well, we're going to make the Canadian version of the traditional southern biscuit.
Okay.
In the South, you would have a buttermilk biscuit.
Okay.
In Canada, you would have the baking soda biscuit, baking powder biscuit. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be making baking powder biscuits fresh today, and then on top of that, we're going to do a white sausage gravy. So we're making basically biscuits and gravy with a jammy egg on top.
Jammy eggs with biscuits and gravy. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's going to be delicious. And for cocktails, what are we having today?
For cocktails, I've decided a breakfast cocktail. If you don't know how to define a breakfast cocktail, a la Elle Diabloe, it's usually anything that you feel acceptable drinking before noon, which for me normally means no beer, and it has to have either like a coffee component to it or a fruit juice component to it. So we're going to do 2 cocktails today. We are doing an Earl Grey gin cocktail.
Earl Grey gin, so that has neither coffee nor juice.
Well, it's got tea, so it's got a caffeinated Earl Grey beverage base. We're using a little bit of fresh lavender and some honey syrup, so it's going to be really tasty and delicious. Yummy. And then we're going like almost tropical vacation breakfast drink with a mermaid pina colada.
Made from fresh mermaids?
Made only of the freshest
mermaids. They are hard to catch, but once you get them, they are delicious.
Tasty.
Mm.
So yeah.
I'm very excited for these. These sound very good. I've looked at your recipes, and they look delicious.
We just want to say hi. Hi, Mo.
Hi, Mom. How are you? Hi. Thank you very much to Haas00312 who. ... No, it's an underscore actually. Underscore, and then there's a little purple devil face. Who subscribed. This is who we're literally coming on the air. So,
thanks for the subscription.
So, so today is going to be kind of a fun day. It's going to be lots of good food. It is warm as heck in here.
Again, And I am not, on one hand, it sounds like I'm complaining. I don't mind the heat. I would infinitely, despite being born and raised in Canada, I will take a hot 30-degree plus day over a negative 30-degree day any day of the week. But it's like, il fait chaud. Like, it is warm. I'm not going to lie.
Cool.
Yeah.
We've seen all the comments. Why don't we just have some cocktails?
We could have some cocktails.
Why don't you just? I'll let you to have their cocktails.
Well, can I have some ice, please?
Oh,
you
that's
know
right,
how
of course.
sometimes I help you when you do your
Yeah, you just
cocktails?
have to ask.
Yes, might I have the ice, please? And
have
might
the
you
salt.
bring up my ingredients?
Your ingredients. Oh,
Yes.
wow, that I can do.
Well,
Boom.
thank you. Oh, and I'm missing some things. So pardon me. You talk to the people while I fetch my
There we are. There you go.
tea.
You gotta fetch your tea. Well, you should have.
I had to fetch my tea. And could you fetch me 2 large ice cubes for these, please? Like pretty ice cubes.
Pretty ice cubes. For
Yeah.
this.
So, friends, hi. We're making Earl Grey cocktails. I have brewed some Earl Grey tea, and we're gonna put
Just helping.
just gonna put a little bit of ice in here. I never do this. All of a sudden, I'm super nervous. I'm a champion drinker. Oop, see, we shouldn't be pouring from here.
No.
No, we shouldn't.
Do you wanna?
Could you do a thing for me,
No.
kindly?
What would you like?
I'd like a conveyance that's better than this.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna pour it.
Here.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I was gonna do something very unclassy. See? I'm trying an old skill in a new way in front of a bunch of people, and it's freaking me out, yo. Cool.
There you go.
So we've got 6 ounces of Earl Grey tea. And I'm actually going to do these drinks one at a time instead of doing them together because the 6 ounces of tea is going to take up a lot of room in the shaker. Could you bring up my ingredients again, please, sir?
Sure.
Thank you. We've got some honey syrup happening over here. Oops. And my nails don't, like, my nails don't want to let me take
Well,
the
did you
cap
put a new
off.
one on there? Did you clip the tip off?
I
Nope,
did not.
you didn't.
Oh, I did not clip the tip. I didn't realize my duties for this evening, and boy,
Well, your duties were all my duties tonight.
involved moral duties as well. Here we go. Here we got 1 1/4 ounce of gin in there. Boop. We got
Here, see for this.
1
How are we
1/4
doing here?
ounce.
It worked for a while.
What worked? The overhead?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
1 1/4 ounce of honey syrup
Mm-hmm.
in there. And 1/4 ounce. I'm going to squoze my fresh lemon juice. If you're tuning in for the first time,
1/4 ounce, just so you know.
yeah,
Boom.
top. I know. I was going to flip it, but then I was talking to the people, and now I don't remember what I was going to tell them. Boop. I think that's that. Boopity boop boop. It is indeed. You going to come do my shaker dance for me?
Oh, sure, I can shake.
Are you ready? Come on, baby. We're switching spots. Shaker dance, Danny's doing the shaker dance. La 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 la. Oh, that shaker's getting nice and cold, and that's nice because it's very warm in here. Yeah, beautiful. Because
did you have a strainer?
I do have a strainer right here, actually.
Oh, you still okay.
I still want to.
You still want to have a just so you know, when you do that, you want to still have a.
Oh, I did not bring a Hawthorne strainer. No, you're entirely right. I'm so good at doing food prep and mise en place. Yes, I realized that literally as I was about to strain it, I said, something is amiss. Something is amiss.
There we go.
There we go. We're going to strain this out all nice like. Well. And, well, I could not find...
Sprigs?
I couldn't find sprigs today, and there's, we live in the middle of nowhere, so perhaps it was foolish of me to assume I'd be able to find actual
Sprigs.
sprigs, yes, lavender sprigs. I got some just nice lavender. But now I'm actually wondering, first of all, if I'm ever going to get this bag open.
Let me do that, and you can talk to the people.
Well, you can talk to people, but I'm also
It's
thinking.
your segment.
But that's.
I don't know what to.
I was just gonna put like a tiny little bit. I don't want to put too much in
Exactly.
here because it's.
You don't want people to drink in that.
Well, I don't want you to choke on it more than anything else. So if you want to grab that.
Okay.
And V quickly. I'm just going to.
Take care of
Repeat the process. That's 6 ounces of.
Let me just empty your.
Yes, please.
Your tin?
Yeah, thank you. 6 ounces OT. 1 1/4 ounce of gin.
4 lines up.
Well, I got it.
I know, I'm just trying to help.
Thanks, I appreciate it. A shaker, I've used jiggers and shakers before. It's been a while since I've made a cocktail while people are watching. Honey syrup, in case you're just tuning in.
It's been, I think the last time the very beginning we were switching off.
Did we switch off?
Yeah, we switched off for about 2 or 3 episodes. And then eventually it just became you did the recipes.
And I'm just going to eyeball this because I'm crazy like that. Ready, shaker dance number 2. Yes.
Oh, I remember myself did it.
Danny D passed out before we even had a cocktail. All right, friends. So we're double straining this because I don't want little ice chiplets in here.
Yeah.
Ice chiplet.
Ice chiplet. That was my favorite character on Chips. When they went to Canada, and there was
the ice chiplet.
There was a small person, like a little, not a little person, but like a smaller height person. And they were the ice chiplet.
The ice chiplet.
I just spilled all down my face.
It's a funny day today. Things are going a bit awry. Cheers. That's I actually grabbed you a towel because I was kind of
didn't see it there.
It's like I knew what was going to happen. Cheers to you.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Salud.
That is nice. Very, very British.
It is very British.
It's I think it's really nice with the Bombay because it's a really lemon forward gin. So with Earl Grey, it's such
the bergamot and the Earl Grey and the gin work well together. So that's a bonus. Plus, it's iced tea, and who doesn't like iced tea in the summer?
Yeah, and it's not a super sweet iced tea.
And also, because I just, in case you were wondering, I did not add any sugar or anything like that to the iced tea. I brewed some Earl Grey and let it get cold. It's also super energizing because you've got honey in there and you've got citrus in there and tea, so it's like a wake up drink. It is.
It's good. If you need a drink in the morning, it's a good morning drink. And again, it's not. You put how much alcohol?
Just 1 1/4 ounce of gin. So
it's a very low alcohol.
Very low alcohol. You could probably get away with like a little tipple more, but
Generally, my rule when I'm making cocktails is I like to say a minimum of 2 ounces.
Well,
for a normal cocktail.
Well, as soon as you take some of the cocktail out of the glass, I can gladly top.
No, but what I'm trying to say, let me finish what I'm trying to say, which is, unless it's a morning cocktail, then I like to go err on the side of
caution.
About 1 1/4 ounce to 1.5 ounces. So that's how you could tell generally as a morning cocktail. It's in that perfect range.
Oh, I like the fact I don't care how much booze is in my morning cocktail as long as it has either a caffeinated aspect or a fruit juice aspect. Yeah. As long as that's taken care of the whole time. I like this.
It's not bad. I like
this, and I think, like I said, I was a little bit wary of putting the loose lavender in here because I don't want people to choke.
Loose lavender,
that whore. But I think if you put a sprig in here, it would infuse very nicely. Or conversely, if you wanted to use like a lavender tea, like an Earl Grey with lavender or something like that, that would work very nicely as well.
Cool.
Cheers.
There we are.
Happy cocktails.
Shall we have a question? I'd like to get everybody involved, see what you have to say. We got a few people in here today, so let's ask a few questions and see what we got to say. Today's question number 1, very, very simple. I think it is really, that's the wrong button.
That's a
terrible
And it's
question.
frozen.
There we are. What is your go-to breakfast at home and on a road? Sorry, and on a road trip.
Breakfast. My go-to breakfast at home is coffee and a cigarette. Honestly, and on the road, I need to have like a proper, either a diner breakfast, like just a regular old, I'm not so fancy, like poached eggs or scrambled, depending. Sometimes sunny side up, depends on the mood and how hungover I am. Bacon, toast with butter, fried potatoes.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be my
a
thing.
good standard diner breakfast is always a good. I say it's, if I'm out somewhere, wherever, if I'm traveling, and there is a diner, I will generally try and stop at a diner. At home, I will say my go-to breakfast, if I'm going to go through anything, it depends what it is, actually. It really does. But I think right now, my go-to breakfast is a couple of soft boiled eggs and a little bit of bread to just dip it in.
Like soldiers.
It's very, and again, not even soldiers. Like I just do mush it all together, and it's very nice. We got the bread that we have up here. It's really good with the that I like. So, but it really depends. One of the things I love at home is oatmeal. I love an oatmeal. On the road, it has to be a breakfast sandwich because generally I want to be able, especially if I'm driving or I don't.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, when you said road trip, I thought you meant like you were prepared to stop and have breakfast.
Yes. Well, that's what I was trying to say. So, if I'm not stopping, I will have a sandwich of some sort. It has to be a sandwich. I don't like sandwiches on bagels. Too much. They're too heavy.
Also, there's a hole in the middle, so if you put an egg and it's slightly, it's a little juicy or like squirty, like the hole in the bagel doesn't help because it's normally right where the egg yolk is, and that's just not good engineering. No, it's the bagel is entirely a weird choice. It's delicious, but entirely the wrong shape. But I also don't find, like, bagel with cream cheese lox, groovy. Bagel with butter, groovy. Flavored bagels with butter, groovy. Bagel as sandwich I've never really understood the bagel sandwich.
Well, the bagel and cream cheese and lox sandwich, I will.
But I normally even do that open, like,
it's still a sandwich.
Is it a sandwich if you spread it open like that?
Open face sandwich.
I guess.
Ask the Nordic folk. All of their sandwiches are open faced.
Like, yes.
Like the people.
But it's so funny because to me, like, like a tuna melt is definitely a sandwich.
Yes.
But it's like a tuna melt. I don't call it like a tuna melt sandwich. I don't know.
Well, do you call is a hamburger a sandwich?
No, it's a hamburger.
What's the difference? What makes something a sandwich? See? Because then we get into with a hot dog sandwich.
I don't think a hot dog is a sandwich.
Why?
Although you can have a sausage sandwich. So this is all very confusing.
How can you not have a sausage sandwich? I've made sausage sandwiches.
I said you can have a sausage sandwich, but I don't think the hot dog is its own thing. Like the hamburger is its own thing. I think putting hamburger...
It's a hamburger sandwich. A lot of places you'll see it served as the hamburger sandwich. It is a sandwich made of hamburger meat between two pieces of bread. The one I understand is why some people don't think the hot dog is a sandwich is because technically a hot dog bun is very rarely two pieces of bread.
But to me, a sandwich is on...
Why the hell will you say it like that?
Because a bun, like, I don't know, I don't normally find, like, yeah, I guess, never mind. I'm not making a good argument, but a hamburger in my mind is a hamburger. And yes, in practice, it is a sandwich, but it's just its own thing.
Okay, so you basically just gave up.
I did. I got halfway through and I said, fuck this. This is stupid.
All right.
Your mom says 1 egg, fruit, and toast.
1 egg fruit. I love a good egg fruit. You pick them right off the trees. They're called eggplants. No, always the fruit is good, especially up here with good fruit. You ready for some breakfast?
Sure, let's make some breakfast.
Okay, well, let me just get all these key ingredients.
I'm just going to go back to the main cam over here.
You can do that. While you do that, I'm just going to pull over some of these
I like
things.
breakfast food. I just don't find I'm ever really hungry first thing in the morning. And then next thing I know, it's like 11. And then I'm like, I want a burger. Like, I don't want breakfast anymore. I don't know. And like, I was one of those kids who get really offended if my parents suggested breakfast for dinner. Like, if we were having omelets for dinner, I would have A
love
spasm.
it. All right.
I did not like it.
We are going to make a good
Your skin
baking. Get on the other side.
I'm gonna just disappear for half a second.
We're going to make something I love to make. One of the best, quick, simple. If you want to make fresh, like a fresh baked product for your breakfast, this is the one you want. I'm just going to I forgot to turn on the oven.
Oh.
So we're going to turn that on quickly. This is a hot oven. We're going all the way up to 450 for that oven. These are going to cook short. What's nice about this is a baking soda biscuit. Very similar to a buttermilk biscuit, whereas instead of using sort of the buttermilk itself as that sort of leavening agent, we're using baking soda. And technically there should be a little bit of cream of tartar in this, but I don't have any. I ran out. So we're just going to add a little bit more extra baking soda into this. But this is so simple to make. It's mix all your dry ingredients together, add some wet and your butter, form a rough dough, spread it out, and then you're done. Basically, just bake it for a few minutes. So, in order to start this off, you want to bring that up? Bring up the recipe for the biscuits.
Biscuits.
There we are. So, what we're going to add to this, starting off, is a cup and a half.
Baking powder, your mom said. But yes.
Baking powder? Baking powder. Did I keep saying baking soda? Baking powder. Baking powder. So into this, we're going to make a cup and a half of all-purpose flour. Bang, right into the bowl. I'm going to get the not the overhead, but the
fly cam?
The fly cam.
I can do that. I'm just giving this a little rinse, and I will be right over.
Now to that, we're going to add a little bit of sugar. We got about a tablespoon of sugar in here. Just going to add that in. Also to this, we are going to add about half a tablespoon.
I pressed a button.
You don't have to press a button. Oh, you have to press that button.
I know.
There you go. We're going to add, here we are. Where'd you There you are. So about half a teaspoon, what are you doing, of baking powder here. This is your leavening agent. And also, if you're going to do this, if you don't have the tartar, make sure there's a nice heaping half a teaspoon. Also, make sure when you put it in, add it to its own side. As you can sort of see in here.
I'm trying to.
I know. Hold the button down and then tilt it.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Now let go. Now take. Okay, now just power it off. Okay, hit the button. The button.
What button are you?
Bring it back to the main camera. There we are.
The button.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't do it all in here. All right. So we have some baking powder in there. I added it to its own. If you can see in here, my overhead is dead right now. Added it to its own little quadrant. The reason why is the next thing I want to add is some salt. I don't want to add salt on top of the baking powder. Just because it's
science?
Yeah, science. Because it's science. It can kill some of the chemical reaction. We're going to add about a half a teaspoon of our salt in here. And once all those things are together, again, if you have the cream of tartar, about a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar helps as well. And we're just going to quickly whisk all of those little things together. Just get our dry ingredients all mixed. The nice thing about biscuits is the less you fuss with them, the better. These are not a thing you want to overknead. It can make them very tough if you overknead them. So you want to keep it to a minimum. Now, the other thing, now that that's all mixed up, we're going to come here and get our other ingredients here. To this, we are going to add some milk. And first of all, let's add in here, as you can see, I have a quarter cup of butter that's cold. It's very important that your butter and your shortening is cold. And I've just added into sort of little sticks. You could cube it, whatever you want. As long as it's sort of cold, you can just add it in as you want. We're just going to boom, boom, boom. Get those things in there. And the other thing we're doing is adding a little bit of shortening, in this case a little Crisco. You can do this with all butter instead if you just want to use butter. I wouldn't use all shortening. Butter gives it a little bit more of a buttery flavor and a little flakiness. And then lastly, we're going to add a half a cup of milk.
Any particular kind of milk?
Let me finish. Yes. We're doing some whole milk in here. You could also do half and half. Now, you want to sort of roughly combine these things a little bit, but the other thing that's going to be really important is we're going to need to cut this all together. So we want to cut in our fats to our dry ingredients. So we're just going to use a pastry cutter. I'm going to cut this. This is going to basically get everything sort of nice and combined. Ow.
Don't cut
myself in the pastry cutter. There we are. So we're just starting to get it all just combined together really nicely, very lightly, all combined together. Once it starts to come together, again, one of the things with biscuits is we do not want to fuss with this too much. We want it to start, and as you can sort of see, very ragged, very, very ragged. It's starting to come together. So we're just going to take this out. I'm going to just take that for a second. I'm just going to move all of this stuff.
Here, what can I help you do here?
Well, let me just do it. No. All right.
Excuse me, I'm just going to go over here.
You go do that. And I'm just going to grab my flour. All right. So once we have that there, we're going to turn this out. First thing we're going to do is give ourselves a nice little floured surface here. And we are going to take our dough and just dump it all out here. You can take that if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
And I'm just going to grab all these, get all the goodness off of my cutter.
No.
Boop. All right, and then we're just going to take all of this here, and we're just going to give it very, very rough knead. So, I'm just going to get all of this together. And you're going to sort of see, if you look at this dough is interesting because when you look at it, you're going to sort of see some big chunks of your butters and your shortening. Yes, thank you very much. And that's good. That's what you want. You want to be able to see all of that stuff. The nice thing about a biscuit is each biscuit is its own lovely story to tell. With that done, we're going to sort of get these out into a nice shape, about an inch and a half. What? And we're going to take our cutter. We got about a 3-inch cutter. And we're going to, boom. What happened? Did I cut myself?
Mm-hmm.
Where? Oh, just a tiny one.
Yeah, I know, but...
Oh, well. It's only for us, so it's okay. So this is what you're looking for. This is your biscuit round. And we're going to take our biscuits. And we're just going to put them on our sheet. Now, once you've cut those, you take the biscuit dough again. And there we go. Cut another biscuit. Pull it away.
You let me help.
No, I got it, baby. Please.
I know, but I think you should wash your wound.
Sorry, it's just... Nobody would know if you don't say anything. In all fairness. And there we are. 5 biscuits we got out of that. Perfect.
All right.
And there we have it. So what we're doing now is we have those set. We want to keep those perfect like that. We've got an oven coming up to temperature. 450. These are going to go in for about 10 minutes. No, 10 to 12 minutes into the oven. Often what I will also do is before they go in, I'll just give them a quick little brush with some milk at the top just to give them a nice little browning coat. And there we are. We'll have biscuits in another 15 minutes. We'll have them all. And that's the nice thing about this. It's super easy to put together. It is super fast to cook. And you have these fresh biscuits you can do so many things with. You want to make a strawberry shortcake. You want to make biscuits and gravy like we're going to do. All of these are viable options. And we just have to get them. And these are done. And that's nice if you keep them in an airtight container. These will keep for a couple of days as well. Really nice. All right. Biscuits are, we're just waiting for the oven to come up to temperature now. So
We are indeed.
we had, this is great. We've had 2 cameras go down on us today. We had our audio go down on us. This is just one of those days, man.
There we go.
Are you good?
Yes.
Feel like you're,
Just want to get all the flour off the counter, that's all.
all right. That's cool. Perfect.
Get a little drying off.
Okay, well, that's,
I'm sorry, I'm just cleaning off because it gets very sticky when you don't
I
take
know.
care of your flour right away. There we go. Dunsky. Ready
Yeah.
for a new mess. Woohoo.
cool.
No, why would you do that?
I'm putting it over here.
Okay, I just took out a Band-Aid for you so you
I
can...
just saw it. It's okay. I will do it when we go into the segment, so people don't have to watch me put a Band-Aid on.
All right then.
There we are. So while that comes up to temperature, we got about another 50 degrees to go. Why don't we go see what happens every week? Well, every week we like to take one of our sexy friends, sexy people we know.
Yes.
We like to give them the most amazing food, and then we shoot them to eating something else entirely. And this week's kind of a special one because it's about breakfast.
It is about breakfast. And, you know, life imitating art.
It often is. It often is. So, stir crazies everywhere.
Without further dudes.
It is a sexy woman
Who eats food?
for 1 minute. Sexy woman!
It was me in my lion onesie.
Yes. Just what you, and it was a bait and switch. We thought you were going to drink coffee.
I often think in the morning I'm going to drink coffee and then...
But then no coffee for you. Okay. Our
Yes.
our
Did you
oven beeped, which means that our biscuits, before they go in, just want to grab a little bit of milk. I'm going to grab this. This will be fine. Just put a splash of milk in there. Here we are. Don't need a ton, and I'm just going to grab... Oh, it's not in here, is it? Is it in here? You son of a gun. Where is
Yes,
the
it's under,
brush?
it's right there.
Okay, and we're just going to quickly brush the tops of this with a little bit of milk. You're always going to have that one biscuit who's made up of the last bits of the dough. Ooh, I love that biscuit. Because that one is the one that, like, if you ever seen 300?
No.
You've never seen, okay. And this story is, but this is the Trader of 300.
Okay. The Trader biscuit, yeah?
Yes. So this is going to go into the oven now, 10 to 12 minutes. We're going to check it in 10 minutes. If it's not quite done, but it's starting to sort of burn in the bottom a little bit, we'll bring it back. You can either do it on a greased sheet, or in this case, we're just doing it on a lion.
Silpack
Lion sheet.
Oh, and thanks, Ma. I'm the Lion Queen. Right.
So, boom. 10 minutes, 450. Hot oven. We're just going to hit them full of heat for a while. And soon we'll have some biscuits.
Giddy up.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just doing this thing.
I know.
because-
I know, but we got to do this.
I know, we're going to do it in 1 second. I just find.
I feel like you spend a lot of time watching you cook clean them.
No, they're not at all. They've been watching you cook. I find when I'm in the kitchen, I need to, anything that sticks, be it egg or dough, I don't have to go in and deep clean it. I just want to take the food off the thing. I think we have someone walking up to our patio right now. We're 5,
No, it's going on.
4, our neighbor, I think,
Oh.
3. She's going to ring the doorbell. Now is not an awesome
I
time.
will go talk to her.
This is something that happens now that we live in the country. People are way friendlier than we used to be when we were. Yeah. So it threw me off a little bit. But yes, hi Stephanie, bye Stephanie. That's a thing that happened. See, yay, live.
See the cat.
Or what?
If we see the cat.
Oh, if we see the cat,
Cat's missing.
we'll find the cat. Dun, dun, dun,
We're like Encyclopedia Brown.
Because we find the cat. I don't know.
Don't know
I
something?
didn't. No, I do know who Encyclopedia Brown is. I just think I missed the book.
Well, we're like
where-
detectives.
Oh,
So the
yeah,
cat's
I
missing.
wasn't sure if there was like an actual Encyclopedia Brown where he had to find a cat.
Well, I just think in general he was a detective dealing with child-based mysteries. I think finding a cat would probably be
Sounds a little bit basic for a detective.
for a detective who's 6 years old.
Yeah, we just watched that whole.
What
show.
is your detectives?
We just watched that whole show.
That was
about
the
that 9-year-old
detective. That was a reporter.
reporter.
Very different.
All right.
Detective doesn't have to write the story afterwards.
No, they just have to detect it.
Exactly. Very different. I'm going to give you this.
Thanks. I'm going to take it. Stick it in my ear.
All right. When we started this show, we wanted to make sure we brought you the very best, the very highest quality of things and people. And we went out and found ourselves the greatest chef that has ever lived. This kind of chef who takes food and says, oh, but no, I can do so much more with that. And we brought him onto our show, and he has done nothing but cook goddamn jello.
But now it's a thing.
All of it!
But I like it. Jello, low calorie, very
So-
high in flavor.
But I have faith, because today is breakfast. Jello, not necessarily a breakfast item.
You would think, but let us check in with the master blaster of Jello disaster himself.
Stir crazies everywhere.
It's
It's Chef Duy-An! No,
Or
it
it's
was
not.
Chef Duy-An.
Duy-An, can you hear us? Papa, can you hear me?
Where is Chef
Papa,
Duy-An?
can you see me?
All right, well, this is going to be one of those ones. Hang on a second.
It's really been one of those days today. I mean, we thought when the microphones decided to die, that was a thing. And then the overhead camera died, and that was a thing. And some other things happened. Those were things. Then the neighbor comes in halfway through a live. That's a thing. There's so many things
All
tonight.
right, I'm going to have to...
Don't you feel lucky to be here, witnessing all the things? No, not so much.
Oh, there we are. It is definitely one of those days that...
Might be because I decided to go ratchet and drink White Claw on the show tonight. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
let's see if we can get this.
At
done.
least it's the liquor store stuff and not the malt beverage
And
variety.
then it
Not that
decided to
there's
not
anything
even
wrong with
use these.
Oh,
Oh, bear with us.
oh!
Come
Can we
on.
get Chef Duy-An on the phone? You ever want to give up halfway through?
Yeah, just want to quit the show today. Just absolutely want to quit the show. There we
We're
go.
not going to do it. We're going to power through because quitting's
Okay.
for quitters.
There
And
he
it
is.
seems that, well, we're fucking up. We're picking up extra people. So thanks for coming along for the ride. Maybe he had a Jello emergency. I
I
do not.
don't know what has happened. He is gone.
Disappeared.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Oh, I have a Chef Duy-An in my ear, ish, maybe. Yes.
Hello. Oh, there he is.
Oh, we can ish.
We can see his kitchen. There he is.
Oh, there
All
you are,
right.
Chef Duy-An.
One more time. Here
It's
we go.
Chef Duy-An.
There we are.
Can-
Hello. Can you hear us?
No, he cannot hear us.
He can't hear us.
He
Oh,
cannot.
of course he can't.
One moment, please.
Oh,
One moment, please.
you cannot hear this. All right. I don't know why you
It's not our first day on the
cannot
internet. I
hear.
promise you, we've been doing this for a long time.
This is, yeah, I feel like it's like,
Sometimes the internet just doesn't want to.
it does not want to do anything we've
It doesn't want to
tried
work
to
with
do.
us.
There we are. Audio. Boom.
Hello, Duy-An. Hello, hello.
There we are. Hey, Duy-An, can you hear now?
Chef Duy-An
Chef Duy-An?
does not appear to be able to hear us. Chef Duy-An. Oh,
I don't know what else to
I
say.
don't know
because-
what's happening. Somebody who knows about this stuff is Mercury in retrograde.
Sorry, just don't know what's going on here. I'm going to quickly check. Let's go here and see
Duy-An's
if
in a
this
fishbowl.
will work here now. I don't know why you can't hear us because everything here says you can. How about now? Can you hear now?
Nope.
Hey, Duy-An. Hey, Duy-An.
Duy-An's talking to his lovely assistant.
No, he's just staring off into space. And I don't know why he can't hear.
Don't know.
Everything
either.
here says he can hear.
It's very strange.
All right.
The internet is a mystery to me, as you all know. I want to keep talking to you, but I also don't want to get in the way of the technology fixing that has to happen right now. So I'm just going to stand here like this. Or like this. This. No?
What the
I
hell?
don't know. What is happening?
No. Why is he just? I don't know what's
I
going
don't
on.
know what's happening.
Everything here says you should hear.
Is that better? Nope.
How about
Yeah,
there?
is
Let's
that
try that
better?
one. Hey, can
Hello,
you hear
Duy-An?
now?
No. Very
I
strange.
bet you he's got us on mute.
Does Chef Duy-An have us on mute?
Well, he can't hear you.
I thought maybe Audrey was watching. Oh, sorry, his lovely assistant was watching. I have no idea. Do we have Chef Duy-An on mute?
Nope, I can hear him moving around.
Oh, I cannot. Oh, now I can.
Yeah.
Oh, Chef Duy-An, are you there? Well, he looked very pretty. Oh, I can hear you.
There you are.
There you are.
You there?
Oh,
Okay.
yay!
Now we can hear you.
Say the Chef Duy-An.
Hey,
Hi.
Oh, there we are. I don't know why we couldn't hear you. You couldn't hear us.
couldn't hear you.
The internet did not want to work in our favor. Maybe.
Oh, what are you making for us today, Chef Duy-An?
Today I was going to spill some kitchen secret.
Oh.
Can you believe I wanted to pre-record this segment? Anyway, so yeah, today it's gonna be a new segment. It's called Chef Duy-An Kitchen Hack. I will
Kitchen
show
hacks.
you tips and tricks to make your kitchen time more fun.
Oh,
And,
that sounds fantastic.
Today I'm gonna show you how to fry an egg.
Oh.
Because frying an egg seems super simple, but it's actually quite complicated to do it just like they do in the restaurant. And I finally found the secret. And it's not by using pan, whatever the fuck that is,
Who's
and
Pam?
it's not by
She's
you
a
just
bitch.
using butter. But so what we're gonna do now is we need a little pan, put it at medium high, not too high heat. Then we're gonna use some butter. Of course, you're gonna tell me, Chef Duy-An, I know how to cook an egg with butter. This
Chef
is not.
Duy-An, I know how to cook an egg with butter.
I get it. Yeah, butter. Everyone is using butter, but just using butter is not gonna work. That egg will burn, and you will have some crisp under it. It's not gonna be restaurant like. So you're gonna put a little butter in there. Then we're gonna crack an egg. You're gonna crack the egg in. And this is where the big secret comes in. This is what Cora doesn't want you to know. We're gonna add water, freaking water. So you just add a bit of water to your egg, like this. Then you can add a bit of salt, bit of pepper.
Oh, that's a fancy pepper grinder, Chef Duy-An.
It is, right? And then we're gonna cover it. Depending on how well you like your yellow, it's gonna go from a minute to 4 minutes. I like my yellow kind of yucky, so not too cooked. So I'm just gonna wait about a minute, and then the egg's gonna be ready. It's gonna be perfect. I will show you. Crazy,
So Chef
right?
Duy-An, are you basically, is the difference that you're kind of steaming the egg a little bit?
It's not steaming. It's still frying because I didn't put enough water for it to steam. It's just like by adding the water, it prevents the egg from sticking to the pan. It took me a long time to figure that one out. Anyway, so now it's cooking. I can even show it to you a bit more at the camera.
Ah, ça
See,
sent bien, madame.
yeah. So
Oh,
we
looking
have
good.
That looks tasty.
perfectly cooked egg. And add it to your plate. It's also much easier to clean afterward
Of course.
because there's nothing to stick to it. There we go.
Hey boy, says Audrey Ivory and Elle Diabloe.
There's my yucky egg.
Nice.
That was
Marvelous.
Chef Duy-An kitchen hack. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you
Excellent.
very much, Chef Duy-An.
Excellent. Well, Chef Duy-An, thank you so much for joining us and
And making eggs.
making eggs. It's very different
Make
than
eggs.
the thing you've made before.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, it's just me, but eggs are really just the jello of food.
Of
right?
chicken?
Yeah. Chicken jello?
Chicken jello. Oh, dégueu.
Yeah. I got this. I'm just going to pull these out here.
That's
just
what
coming
she
off.
said.
Boom. That can come off. These are good. I'm going to pull out these muffins, these biscuits.
Biscuit, biscuit.
All right. Oh, look.
I don't know if Audrey Ivory is so down with the water eggs. She says here, yucky egg full of water.
There we are.
Ooh,
So just so you guys can see, there we have our biscuits.
those are pretty.
They're done. There's the gimpy biscuit
We
and
don't
the
call-
two nice ones.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with it? Why don't call it the gimpy biscuit?
Yeah,
The biscuit's a little gimpy.
but it's got no gib gear. Just saying.
All right. So what we're gonna do now that we have those done, I'm just gonna quickly take those off and put them on a rack to cool. Where's my?
What are you looking for?
I don't know what I'm looking for. There we are. Just gonna take these off. Boop. How are these? Oh, the bottoms are perfect. That's what you want. Is that? That's what you want. That's perfect.
Oh, that's lovely. Maybe show the people.
There we are. That's what I'm doing.
It's,
Lovely.
it's
perfect,
pretty.
Perfect biscuit. Goes there. Boom. Boom. And boom. All right.
I'm gonna say something
Uh-oh.
about cocktail making.
Okay.
Because I'm warm and I was like, oh, that was so refreshing before and whatever. I figured I'd just do a quick recreation of like less alcohol, more tea, whatever in my glass. Doesn't taste the same.
Nope.
The shaking of the cocktail together, and you're going to go, duh, El Diablo, you're just figuring this out. You've been drinking since you're like born. But I just used exactly the same ingredients. Slightly different proportion, you know, more iced tea, a little bit less gin. But the flavor combination is not the same because it needs the shaking.
Well, one of the big things about, of course, with every cocktail that a lot of people don't take into consideration is how dilution affects the
This
flavor.
flavor. Mhm.
And if you make it a certain way, for instance, if I shake a drink, they take that same drink and I make it with a stirred thing. If I make it with pebble ice versus large cubes, all of those things are going to affect the flavor, the experience of that cocktail. So that's one of the things that there's a few drinks that I know that if I I just want to make a quick in the glass, I'll make it a different way. But it'll be the same, and I can get it to taste pretty close to the shaken drink, but I know how to do that.
But it's very rare that I experience that back to back. You know what I mean? Like I shook the cocktail, we made the cocktail, and then I was like, oh, I'm just going to recreate this super fast. Not the same.
Cool. But I think that cocktail was really good. I really enjoyed
It was.
that.
That's why I went down so easily and I had to make another one.
All right. Are you ready to play a game?
Yeah, man.
I was very excited. Last week when we did the bread show,
The brains.
we did Are You Bready? which was a whole thing where I showed you bread from around the world,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to guess what that bread was called and where it was from.
See.
So I had another brilliant idea to do that exact same
so
thing with breakfast.
Okay.
And if I was smart, I could just call it brekkie, and so it would be similar to bready. But then "Are you brekkie" didn't sound good. It sounded like I thought was mispronouncing the word Becky.
Are you Becky?
Are you brekkie?
Are you Becky?
So I
hey.
changed the game. So are you ready to play Where's My Breakfast?
Oh, I like that. That's a good name.
Yes,
Yes, international breakfast game. That's a good name.
So in this one, here's what I'm going to do. There are 10 questions.
Okay.
You will only have to try and tell me where they're from.
Okay.
You get a bonus point
Yeah.
if you can tell me the name of that. Now, there's a couple of them where the name is really just the ingredients.
Okay.
So it might be easy.
I might also be right shit at this, so we'll see.
So, but where, the key for you is what country in the world is it from? Oh, hey. Can't wait for Med Eagle. I can't wait for that either.
I'm confused.
But I can't wait for it.
Oh, can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Here we go. So where's my breakfast? The first one. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you a picture.
Oh, maybe that's a
Of
kind
a
of breakfast.
Oh, maybe that's a kind of breakfast. Maybe that'd be good. So I'm going to show you a picture of breakfast. You have to tell me where in the world this breakfast is from.
Okay.
And if you can, for a bonus point, what it's called.
Okay.
All right?
I'm going to try.
Here we go.
I make no guarantees.
First picture. There we have it. This might be simple because I know you've had this.
Well, it just looks like ramen or pho.
So first of all, tell me, your job is simply to tell me where it's from.
This looks Thai. I'm going to say this is Thai.
Do you have a guess what it is?
Like I said, it's like a Thai breakfast soup.
So the name is Thai breakfast.
Thai breakfast soup, yeah.
Which is terrible because you actually said the name and had it right. It's pho
pho.
from Vietnam.
Okay.
So
It's pho. I knew it. I just
you got the first one wrong, even though you got it right. I don't know how anyone does that.
I am quite talented.
Oh, all right. So the first one wrong.
But I said pho.
You did, but you didn't give it as your answer.
Okay, fine.
You can't just say 5,000 words and go, one of them was my answer.
This is my...
No, it's not. It's my thing. When you can make the game, then you can determine the rules. You've just got the next one wrong. All right, next one. Boom. Okay, why don't we switch play? Oh, actually, now I need to push the button.
No, you need to push the buttons.
All right.
That looks like a cappuccino and a little viennoiserie or like some form of croissant from France.
You're going to say, first of all, your country you're going to say is France.
I want to say Italy also, but I'm tempted to say France.
So give me an answer.
France.
France. Do you have an idea what it is?
Croissant or almond. It looks like an almond croissant, croissant amandine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to say.
You're going to say, and this?
It's a cafe au lait.
Cafe au lait. You were so, because you said it right again. It is from Italy. It's a cappuccino and a cornetto. Well, Italy, you always have something sweet in the morning for
I know,
breakfast.
I've been there, and also the coffee didn't actually look big enough to be a cafe au lait. But I'm my own worst enemy, guys.
Yeah.
I know the shit, and then my mouth says something different.
Italy, you've been there. I'm sure you had
I did.
one, if not both of those.
I've
things.
had definitely more the coffee than the.
I love a good cornetto.
I just like making a good strong espresso.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's go for the next one. This one should be simple.
Burnt toast.
No. It's not burnt toast. All of that toast looks absolutely fantastic.
Does it?
Yes.
Is it Marmite? Toast with Marmite from England?
You can say toast with Marmite?
Toast with Marmite.
Is that your answer?
That's my answer.
Very close.
Vegemite.
Vegemite from Australia. Vegemite, Australia.
Oh my God, Frank Lamb.
Frank Lamb.
Oh my God, I
that.
miss you.
Frank Lamb knows his Vegemite from his Marmite.
From his Marmite?
We have a Marmite out back.
That's a Marmite.
Oh, sorry, I got this confused. All right, next one.
This looks like some form of. It looks like profiterole with like Tex-Mex omelet. With...
This is something I know you know what it is, and
well, there's
you've been to the country.
It's Jamaican, and there's like callaloo in the back, but I don't know what the rest of. It's like eggs and callaloo and.
No, I will say it's not. There's no eggs in this.
Oh, is it con?
No.
No, then I don't know what it is.
You are right. It is Jamaican.
It's Jamaican.
It is ackee and saltfish.
Ackee and saltfish, yes.
It's very one. I mean, it's eaten a lot of different places.
Cambodia in the
hello,
house.
Cambodia.
Hi,
It's good to see you, Mark. So that is yes.
All right, I knew the country though.
You knew, so you got one right.
Yay!
One right. One in almost a row.
Sushi.
All right, here's your next one.
Looks Japanese.
Okay, and and I will say that this one is simple because its name is just some of its ingredients.
Miso rice fish?
You're right. It is miso soup, rice, and grilled fish from Japan. I've had this for breakfast. It is delicious.
It's so weird for me as a North American to eat rice for breakfast until I went to
What are you
Asia.
talking about? You have bagels and lox all the time.
No, rice.
Oh, rice.
I didn't say fish. Rice. Right, like again, we eat our breakfast carbs in bread form in North America or like in the Western society, but like rice for Becky, that should be good.
I always like rice puffs though, as a kid.
Like Rice Krispies?
Well, there's Rice Krispies, but there's Rice Puff cereal. It was like there's wheat puffs. Remember wheat puffs?
Yeah, and then
there
Rice
was
Puffs.
Rice Puffs. Those were better.
Yeah, but like I've never thought in my life to like get up and make a pot of rice at like 8 a.m, but there's no reason not to.
Not at all. It's great. All right, next one.
That's my answer. It's throwing the banana leaf is throwing me.
Banana leaf, and I'll tell you what, that's not a banana leaf.
The palm leaf is throwing me.
It's actually the name of that leaf is part of the name of the dish.
I don't know.
Oh, actually, no, sorry, that's not. Sorry, my bad. That's wrong. It's pandan. It's a pandan.
Pandan leaf. So I'm gonna say maybe this is the Thai breakfast.
So you're gonna say Thailand?
I said it once already and I was wrong, so I'm gonna try it for the second time and see if
You
that
say
was it.
Thailand, okay? And do you have an idea what this is called?
Breakfast on a leaf.
Breakfast on a leaf. No, it's not breakfast on a leaf. It's actually from Malaysia. It's nasi lemak.
lemak. Right.
Nasi lemak.
Yeah, I'm really good at these games.
Well, you'll just learn a few things in Photoshop and give them to me. All right. Here you go. This is something I know you've eaten because you've made it for me.
I've made it for you.
Yes, you have made this for me. Now, when you make it
Oh, is it kugel?
formal.
I make it formal.
Yes.
I make fancy.
Can you tell me what country you think it's from?
I have no fucking idea what that is. No.
You're going to kick yourself.
I know I am. It's the basil leaf that's throwing me.
Yeah, the basil leaf I've never seen traditionally part of it.
Because I want to say apple crumble.
Take that basil leaf
like,
off.
to
It
me,
is
it
a
looks like-
savory dish. It is a savory dish.
It's a breakfast savory dish that I have made for you. Is it kasha?
That is right. And where's it from?
Israel.
No! Russia. So, it is Russia. It is kasha.
I didn't know it was kasha. Did I get a half a point?
You only get the bonus point if you get the country. All right.
Churros! Mexico.
That your final answer.
You're going to tell me I'm wrong. It's probably
I
Spain
am gonna tell
or
you it's wrong.
Venezuela or
It is churros and chocolate
from España.
from Spain.
My second guess.
what's, yeah, we only take the
I
first
didn't say
guess here.
Portugal or Brazil. I was
You
in the
did
right,
say Venezuela, so let's.
but I didn't say Portugal or Brazil, so I wasn't
Just,
in like.
okay, so you
Portuguese.
didn't name all of the
No,
Latin
I didn't
countries.
go Portuguese. I went more like Española. But
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. How about that?
that looks like a proper English fry-up.
The
Or
more
an Irish.
common name for it.
A full English.
A full English from
Well, England.
the United Kingdom. Yes, that's a full English.
Tis indeed. I
Your
can
final-
only eat like half an English.
Your final one. Now this is a dish. I don't know if
It
you're familiar. We watched somebody make this dish on a YouTube video not that long ago.
It's a Turkish dish.
And it's a very popular dish with John Cryer and what's his name?
Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Sheen.
2.5 Man breakfast?
No?
I have no idea. I think it's Turkish though.
You're right. It is Turkish. And it is menemen.
Men.
That's why.
I got it. I didn't know the name of it, and I never would have figured that one out.
And that is Where's My Breakfast?
If you were counting on me for breakfast, I screwed us all. Many apologies.
Sorry.
I think what it means is that realistically speaking, I just have to travel more and eat more breakfast.
That's fair.
So let's go.
All right.
Kitty.
We like to bring you some wonderful music each week.
It's true. Does she know she's on the show today?
She doesn't. Actually, I forgot to mention it to her.
Well, her partner's here, so
yeah.
the
So
lovely
she can tell her.
Stuart, tell your wife she's on the show soon. Like now.
But we're very lucky because I was going through some stuff and I realized she'd sent us one clip and it actually had 2 songs on it. And so we thought, well, let's play this other song.
1 clip, 2 songs?
1 clip, 2 songs.
Two
That's
songs,
what she's
1
known
clip?
for. So when we have, there's no such thing as breakfast music because all music is breakfast music. I like to think. You could eat breakfast to anything. Yeah. I don't think you can eat lunch to anything. But breakfast, definitely.
I don't understand your logic in this, but I will
do.
I will defer to you and say sure. There is breakfast, no music, but lunch has a specific set of music rules that you have to follow.
So, and this is amazing because it's a live performance with that was done at Tasseldor a few years ago when we were there.
A live show in Montreal for those of you who are tuning in from abroad.
So, the beautiful sounds of Miss
Shy
Schullie.
It's just got to be that way. Well, alright, okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, alright, okay, you win. Baby, what can I do? Anything you say, I'll do. As long as it's me and you. First thing in the morning, you gotta wake me with a kiss. You gotta make up for all the loving you had made me miss. Well, alright, okay, you win. What are you waiting for? Well, alright, okay, you win. Baby, one thing more. If you're gonna be my man, pretty baby, won't you take my hand? All I want from you, just love me like I love you, and it won't be hard to do. Well, alright, okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, alright, okay, you win. Baby, what can I do? I'll do anything you say. It's just got to be that way. Well, alright, okay, you win. What are you waiting for? Well, alright, okay, you win. Baby, one thing, boy, if you're gonna be my man, pretty baby, won't you take my hand? Well, alright, okay, you win.
That's what she said.
Literally. Shy Schullie, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else everywhere in the world.
I'm gonna say that's a good.
Gorgeous Shy Schullie.
She's so good.
She is.
She sang at our wedding.
She did.
Thank you, Shy Schullie.
Lovely. She's lovely, and that's her singing some amazing song.
Some song. She's
Well,
singing
all right,
some song.
okay, you win.
Aw, you're finally learning.
Yes, you win.
All right. I was just tasting one of those biscuits while we were watching Shy. They're so good. It's shocking how easy they were, because sometimes we convince ourselves that for things to be tasty, they have to be complicated. C'est le bullshit. Le gros bullshit. All right.
Yeah, you're right.
As y'all may know, because I said it at the top of the show, if you're just tuning in, hiya, how are you? We're going to make I'm just going to pull out my ingredients here. For me, breakfast cocktails either have to be caffeinated or have juice. So welcome to the frozen juice cocktail portion of this evening. I'm just going to pull up my recipe here for the Mermaid Colada, because who the fuck doesn't want to be a mermaid, right? So I'm going to double this because I'm making 2 drinks. Sorry, Boozy Brit, I'm trying to read your comments and make drinks at the same time, and I'm clearly not that smart. So bear with me. I will answer, yes, with a new name. New and improved. I don't know. I couldn't
Changed
even...
his name, but I asked a question about cooking food while camping.
Yes, we remember you.
We remember exactly.
Sorry, the loud portion. We're going to throw some ice into our blender. Now, if you're just tuning in for the first time, the Ninja is my favorite, but be very careful when you clean this bitch, because she will cut you big time. The blades are so sharp, which is what makes such a good blender, but watch your fingers when you're cleaning. Into this, can you bring those ingredients up again? I'm going to throw in 2 ounces of white rum times 2, because we're making 2 cocktails. Oh. Can you hit the backup bar? It's very lucky that we don't drink a lot, and we have doubles of most of everything in our house. I wouldn't recommend it unless you really just want to get wankered all the time. But if you do, that's cool. So, in here, I'm going to skip ahead and just throw in a cup, because I'm making 2 of frozen pineapple chunks. Okay? Sorry, I don't know why I said that. That was obnoxious. Okay? There we go.
There you are.
Thanks, man. You're so helpful. I super duper appreciate you.
It's all right.
Whee. So, 2 ounces per cocktail of white rum. Tonight we are using Bacardi. Drinking Bacardi always makes me feel like I'm 16 years old and I'm going to drink it with Coke. But, in a cocktail, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think rum should be, like, white rum, as far as I'm concerned, and again, I'm an opinionated motherfucker, but I don't think white rum should ever really just...
What are you doing there?
I'm putting in 2 ounces of blue curacao per cocktail.
That's what she said.
Is that what she said? We've got our pineapple in here already. Could you pull up my ingredients one last time, please? 2 ounces per drink of coconut milk. Sorry, it's in a measuring cup because I didn't want to pour it from the can. Boopity boop. Clearly, I make noises when I do cocktails.
What else you need? You need
I need 2 ounces. I overdid it on the blue. It was actually 2 ounces of pineapple juice and 1 ounce of curacao, but you know what? It's gonna be fine. All right, you got all your cocktail drink. Here,
do that. There's only 3 in there.
oh, then pop it in there. Also, your Bacardi cap and your pineapple juice cap are not interchangeable. Don't forget. So we're just gonna pop the top on this. Please pardon me for one moment.
Well, she goes over
as
there.
I go over here to make a shit ton of noise.
Yeah. Yes, Boozy Brick, we have, there's some big fires out of the I'll just stand here in front of the microphone and block the sound. It's a good day. This is a good point for our microphones to have died. Our louds. Being standing there close to your louds. When you're doing when you're doing blender drinks and you're trying to you're blending ice, you want to let it go for an extra little bit longer than you think it needs, because ice will stay in those very, very small chips for a very long time. And it depends on the width of your straw. There's a big issue there with those. Here we have.
Bada boom. Glass numero uno. Glass numero dos. Look how pretty. Hold on. We got garnish.
You got garnish?
We got garnish. I
What do you got?
put it in the fridge because I didn't want to attract bugs.
There you go.
So, onto this beautiful little cocktail I happen to have because I am a hoarder of all of the shit that comes from the party store. I've got these adorable
Little pineapple.
little pineapple pricks.
Let me just see it. Hey, get over here. I can do it with this. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Pineapple.
This is now working here.
Awesome. So we're just gonna,
So we're
I'm
just gonna
doing
go
like a
over here.
cute,
Boom, flying.
I've got this cute little pineapple situation happening here. We're just gonna put that boop in there and watch it sink to the bottom because this wasn't my best idea. I'm very good at drinking cocktails. Now, basically, we're just gonna fish out that garnish of, no, eventually it'll just, you could lay it across the top.
Well, what you can also do.
I'm just gonna lay it across the top like that.
There you go.
There we go. If you had a little cocktail umbrella, you can throw that in there too.
Yep.
A little metal straw, because plastic is bad, bad, bad.
There we are.
Chin Chin
Let's see what we
Mermaid
got there.
Colada.
Mermaid Colada. That's right. It's not bad.
I dig it.
No, not bad at all.
I
I
dig
think,
it.
I think if you would have had just the 1 ounce of the
Curacao?
Curacao, it would have been a nicer balance, but it's good.
So had I not made a mistake, the drink would have been better? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
Basically. All right, but that's cool. It's still
But it's
drinkable.
good. Yeah, it's still good. Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. I don't mind that at all.
The extra curacao basically just makes it so that it's less colada-y.
Yeah. See, I've always thought that when I think about the mermaid drinks, I think they were referring to the color.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think with me, mermaid drinks are generally with the shimmer and the pearlescence. So that was some of the pearlescent cocktails we've done are more mermaid to me.
Hi, Nick.
But I like this. Very good.
Cheers. Come visit.
Yum. All right. That is excellent.
I'm not mad at that at
No.
all. At all. Where's the little
We'll just put it back over there. We'll
no,
worry about it after the show.
All right.
It's got a lid on it.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't accidentally sweep up the little cat thing and that it ended
That's
up
why I
where-
don't clean until after the show. All right. We are going to do one of my favorite things now. We're going to make some white
Murder.
gravy.
No.
White gravy. So
Just gonna put this in the fridge.
bring that up. So we got a nice cast iron pan here. White gravy is really simple. It's the first thing that we're going to worry about is we're just going to fry up some sausage. Just grab some of the ingredients I'm going to have here. Ooh. So we have just some sausages here. One of the things that's important about these sausages is I've removed the casing on these. So take the casing off, and you want something a little fatty. I'm using just a traditional pork beef breakfast sausage. it's a little higher in fat, that's something you're going to really want for this. It's just something a little bit higher in the fat content. Doesn't be crazy, but if it's super lean, one of the parts of this isn't going to work very well. So we're just going to let that come up. Oh, why don't I actually turn that on?
See, not as easy as...
Well, no, and I'm not paying attention. That's why. So, there we are. So what we're going to do, we're just going to let this come up to heat. I'm doing this all on a cast iron. If you have a cast iron, you're going to get the best results. I like doing this, but again, any pan will do. Yeah, you can do it on anything. You wanna have a little bit, something that's gonna, a perfect non-stick is gonna be a slightly, I don't know, probably not gonna be my favorite pan to do this on. Again, one of the things I'm most proud about the whole pandemic is how well this pan has been seasoned. We got just before the pandemic started.
Other people have had the best financial years in their entire lives.
I've not had a good pan.
We seasoned a cast iron pan.
We.
Sorry.
I have not. You've accomplished things.
I was gonna say I didn't fuck all.
You accomplished things. I haven't done anything. All right. So we got that coming up again. Because of this, we don't need to put we don't need to put oil. We just want to put our sausages in here. I got 5 or 6 for this recipe. I've never really made it the same way twice, so I'm going to be a little bit haphazard. I know in my recipe, for instance, right here, you'll see that I say 6 breakfast sausages. If you have those smaller ones, yes, put 6. I've got 4 or 5 in here. And I want to just grab a, there we are, got that. And the next thing you want to do in here is you want to make sure you sort of break this up. The whole point of taking the casings off is to break all of this up, get it as small as you can, and just let it
Meat murder.
Meat murder is what we're doing here. This can also better be done with a vegan sausage or a vegetarian sausage, as long as it's got a good little bit of fat content in it. The protein is really not important.
As in which protein you use?
Exactly. So if you want to do a chicken sausage, you might want to add a little bit of oil or something to it, or butter. But for this, as you can see, I didn't add anything. I'm just going to let it cook. And you really want to break this up. Smaller you can get this, the better.
It's also good for your aggression. Just take out all of that aggression on those little saucisses.
While that's cooking, I'm just going to grab a couple other things. Yeah.
I'm just going to step in and smoosh up some sausages because I've got aggression.
Well, again, it just puts it out 6
I know,
seconds
but-
on it. That's what I want to do.
Or you can make music. Or you can have the oil jump off and burn your hand. These are all options.
Ah.
I'm just trying to get it smaller for you.
Okay, we're good in there. So what you can see in here, and if I had my overhead working, you would see it better. So we have the fat starting to come off. This is what you want. What we're going to be doing next is we're going to be basically making our white gravy, which is essentially a bechamel.
Okay.
So the first step to any bechamel is to make a roux. If you don't know what a roux is generally butter, and once the butter is melted, you add flour to it to create the roux. This is the thickening agent. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be using the fat that's rendering off of the fat that's rendering off the sausages as our sort of our butter. This is the butter we're using here. So we're just going to let that happen. This is starting to look really good. And again, with the sausage gravy, it comes down to how much sausage do you want? Or sorry, how much sausage you want in that gravy? You can do this with a little bit, a couple of pieces. You could do this with a lot.
But at what stage does it become more of like a stew?
A ragu?
Yeah.
It's still going to be a white thing, so I think you can make as white as long as you're making an equivalent amount of white with it.
Okay.
All right. Now that we have this started to look right, And we can sort of see the fat in there. I'm just going to grab.
What y'all need?
There we are. So we're going to add a little flour to this. I'm going to start with a tablespoon. I'm going to say you're probably going to need about 2 tablespoons. We're going to start with 1. Yeah, let's go add another one in there. All right. Now, that is done.
Just gonna pick that out.
And we're just going to mix that all together. Now, with the roux, what you're looking for in here is you don't want it, you're not looking to the bubble. It's going to bubble right away. You're going to let it cook for a little bit. You're going to need a little bit more than that.
A little bit more fleur.
What you're looking for is it to start to foam. Once you get that foaming happening here, there we are.
If I may, you also want to make sure that you're getting your lumps out. You don't want a lumpy roux.
Yeah. There we go. That's looking better. So now we have this starting to soak that up. And what we're looking for is it to just start to foam. This is cooking off the flour. So you don't want to have that raw flour tasting here. You want to just to let that foam in. It's right now it's bubbling a little bit, but you can see it's starting to foam up. And I think we got something happening here. That's right.
Smells good.
Smells great. So now that we have that, we're going to add in a little bit of milk. Milk is going to be dependent on how much fat you have, but the first thing you want to do is add a little bit in there. Get that going, get it starting to seize up a little bit. That's what we want right there. And now we have something that as we start to add our milk.
Hold on, let me see if I can make this work again.
Well, you have to switch over to it.
I was going to, I was just making sure I could figure out the angle here of holding the button.
There we are. So as you can start to see now,
There we go.
we have, there we are. We're starting to already thicken up. It's good as it heats. And again, this can use quite some, you'll be amazed with a good bechamel how much milk it can handle and still thicken. But that's what we want. So now this is the consistency that we want it to be at, where it's going to start to become our gravy. How thick you want your gravy is up to you. We're going to start to season this a little bit. I'm going to bring down the temperature. Now that it's starting to boil, let's just bring it down a little bit. And we're going to start to season it. So we're going to add a little bit of salt. We'll start off with about 1/2 teaspoon of salt approximately.
I'm going to go back to the main cam. Yep.
1/2 teaspoon of salt. And 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. Always remember to go into your hand first.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I'm just too far from the buttons.
There we are.
Hold on. Say it again.
That, go into your hand first.
I don't know where he is.
He's in the corner. Pop up.
No, I
Now
didn't.
turn it off. Pop up.
That's what she said?
Took a long time, but we got there.
That's what she said?
All right, so now the one thing you want to have with this, and one of the traditional flavors you're going to want to have in here, is a lot, and I mean a lot,
How much?
of fresh cracked pepper with a good white sauce, especially a good biscuit gravy. You're going to want to have a nice cracked pepper. The other thing that I want to add into that, if we just
I
keep
can
an eye
just
on
give
that.
that a little stir-ski. We're really interchangeable. I mean, if you haven't
Yeah.
noticed, we're like the same person.
And just a little bit
Oh, Valentina.
of hot sauce. Not a ton. We're just going to give it a little bit of a kick. I think this is can actually come. I'm going to even add a little bit more milk into this. As you see, I just keep adding it in. One of the things that you want to do with the bechamel is just
Have a slow hand.
let it go. Yeah, just start to cook it down. If you start to feel it starting to thicken a little bit, and you're not ready, it's not. Again, you want the flavors to spend some time together to really sort of combine and work. So give it the time. Let it do exactly that. And if you feel it's thickening too fast, just add a little bit more milk. And that's what you can do with a lot of this. Do a little bit at a time. You don't want to add too much because you can theoretically overdo it.
Well, like we always say, you can always add, You can always add a little bit, but do you want me to do that? I can.
What, you standing all the way over there is actually make it harder.
Why didn't
You're in the middle of a sentence. Why don't you finish your sentence?
You can always add, but you can't take away. There we go. There's my sentence. It's a real good one.
I feel like you have a lack of confidence in my cooking here.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like you do a little bit.
But I have done absolutely nothing to indicate any kind of lack of confidence.
Oh, okay.
Like, the fact that you're cooking tonight means that I have infinitely more confidence in your ability to make breakfast than my own. So.
All right. So we have the gravy is working here. I think this is really nice. I just want to taste this.
Oh, it could
Grab
have
a
been.
little spoon here.
As you said the word spoon.
I know. I literally just got to that point, so it's all right. You don't have to anticipate. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Add a little bit more pepper to that.
That is nice. Not normally such a white gravy person.
Yeah. No, you don't. But I think you'll make a good white gravy. This will be fantastic.
I find with a lot of white gravy, especially the times that I've had it in the South, it's too sweet for me. It's not savory enough. Yeah. I find like, because I like meat gravy that tastes like meat, I find sometimes like, I don't know, I found it at times to be like, I'm too sweet.
I'm not done.
I know you're not done tasting. You just tasted it. Why can't I taste it?
Because I'm not done. It's like saying if somebody's not made the pie half done. Let's see what we got here. That's going right. That's nice. It's a nice consistency.
Yeah, that's
And I'm just going to add
just quite lovely.
just a tiny bit more salt into that. All right. That is done. Now the last part of this breakfast that I'm going to build is I'm going to make quickly a perfect egg. So I'm going to let that sit over there. We're going to put that all the way down. Actually, I'm going to put that to keep warm. There we go.
You can give that a stir while you're doing your egg.
That is going there. Okay, perfect. So with that done, I said that's what I'm going to do that with. All right. So we're going to have, now that that's done, we've got the biscuits ready, we have the gravy. The last little bit I want to have on this is the egg. So we are going to add a soft boiled egg with that sort of perfect jammy in middle. Now, in order to do that, like Chef Duy-An with his, excuse me.
I'm just gonna get out of here.
Why?
Because I feel like I'm crowding.
Well, because I was just literally about to go right there. You were bending over it. That's
I
all.
was just giving it a stir.
I know. I wasn't always said you weren't. Here we go. So one of the tricks I find with the perfect soft-boiled egg is the first thing you want to do is punch the bottom. Now I've got this little egg punch here. Basically, what it does is it allows you to has a little spike in it, and you can pop a little hole through the shell. So I'm just going to quickly put that on there, and it puts a little hole about the size of a pin. You could do this with a pin, you could do this with a thumbtack. I just happen to have a little thing designed for it. Just want to put in there. That's going to break the little membrane there. That's handy for a couple of things. First of all, it helps to boil the egg a little bit. There's a little bit of water in there, so it just helps to boil the egg. But what it also does is when you go to peel it, it's already broken the membrane. It's super simple to peel. So for the perfect soft boiled egg, you're going to want to bring your water up to boiling first. The other thing you're going to want to have is a bowl of ice water off to the side. What we're going to do, and again, this is going to depend on your stove, so you may need to play around with this. I know for mine, it's 6 minutes. If I let it boil for 6 minutes and immediately dunk it into ice water, for about a minute, just to stop the cooking process, you will get the perfect soft poached egg, or soft boiled egg. If you would like a hard boiled egg, if you want that medium boiled egg, let it go just a little bit longer. Generally, for a hard boiled egg, I would let it go to 7 minutes.
Only 1 minute more for a hard boiled?
1 minute more.
So like it's almost as though the chemistry takes this, like it takes it. Here, I was going to top you up.
No, thank you.
I was waiting
I
for you
don't
to
know
take a
that
sip. I know. So I was waiting for you to take a sip. So I could put mine. So it's like it takes a while to get going, but once it's going, it's not a huge time difference between soft boil and hard boil once the eggs start.
Exactly. And one of the things is also, like I said before, play around with your stove. Because our last stove, for instance, it was 6.5 minutes was the perfect to get that egg to the same consistency.
I'm just going to get you some ice for your ice water because.
Yeah, I think I put some up there this morning. So we have, so that's all we have. So we have the gravy, which I'm just going to quickly test that out, see how that's working. Yeah, that's excellent. So we're letting that boil. Come on. Usually it boils really fast in here.
It really does, but why should today work?
Why would the day be
It
the
has
day
not
that it decides to do that?
Today has not been working well. How many cubes do you normally put in your ice box?
6.
Beautiful. That's what I thought. Plus 1 for good luck.
Oh. Oh no.
What?
Now it's fucked
Now
up.
I fucked it up.
Now it's, you've over-iced
Now
you've watered down the water.
Oh no! There's too much cold water.
That water is so watery. Oh no! All right. Now, theoretically, with the biscuits and gravy, you could just have biscuits and gravy. It will both be fine. I just find the egg is a nice little.
It's to me, it's like the biscuits and gravy with the egg is a weekend breakfast.
Yeah.
Just the egg is like a weekday breakfast, but
The biscuits and gravy to me are a treat breakfast. This is going to New Orleans or to Memphis.
Or like once in a blue moon at home if
Yeah.
we're in a bluegrassy kind of mood.
Shall we go to question number 2 while we're waiting for this to boil?
While you're waiting for your eggs.
While we're waiting for our
Let
pot
me
to
just
boil.
put this away because it's like 300 degrees in our house.
Sure.
Oh, giddy up.
All right. Question number 2 for today
Yes.
is if you could only have one type of breakfast forever, what would it be?
Can I ask for clarification on the question? What is a type of breakfast?
Type of breakfast, like you
diner
might want.
breakfast
I will
versus-
give. Somebody might say cereal, and I will say you can have all the cereals. Some people might want to say, I want to be able to have. I will say you can't say eggs. No, you can say eggs as long as I'm having eggs. You could have eggs anyway. Or it could be like I want to have Dutch breakfasts.
I will tell you the exact breakfast that if I
You'll only have that for the rest of your life.
Okay, this is why I'm picking this thing. I'm picking this particular breakfast because each individual element of this breakfast could be rearranged to make a different breakfast that would make me happy for the rest of my life. And that is going to be the breakfast that I ate on our honeymoon in Thailand.
Oh, that's what you're saying. So you have a specific meal.
This is a very specific meal. When we went on our honeymoon last year, right before the Grand Panini, breakfast was included with our hotel stay, and I was kind of expecting a shitty hotel included breakfast. No. This was like 5-star delicious breakfast. And my favorite thing was this piece of like delicious country toasted bread that had a poached egg on top and some kind of like wild mushroom with a little bit of truffle cream situation on it and fresh fruit on the side. So no matter how I look at that, you could always have a piece of toast, some mushrooms, and an egg. You could have a piece of toast and a mushroom omelet. So that particular breakfast could be broken down in enough ways for me to be able to eat it for the rest of my life.
That's cool.
And you?
Mine is very simple. It is probably my breakfast, and again, It's hard to say because it is. I will say it bleeds into what a brunch,
Okay.
but I consider it a breakfast.
I think I know what you're going to
Is dim sum.
say. Oh.
Dim sum I can eat technically 24 hours a day. It's my favorite thing in the probably my favorite meal that exists around the world.
And it's funny because I've never actually had dim sum for breakfast. I've gone for like dim sum early afternoon, but I've never done it in the hours, which I guess is technically
Well,
considered
generally dim sum
brunch
starts at about
hours.
11.
But dim sum to me has always been in my head. Like I know what it's meant to be, but in my mind, it's always been more of a lunch meal
Yeah.
than like a breakfast meal.
Can we go back? Yeah, no,
You
but I
would
like
do
but
like
there's some,
sumai and stuff like
oh,
that for like
sumai,
breakfast?
but again, all the traditional stuff too: chicken feet and the fried taro, all those things. It's nice. It's good. What about you guys? What do you guys like? That's
You had to pick one
one type of breakfast.
type of breakfast forever.
Let us know what it is. Put it down in the comments. We
With
will.
full English, would it be yogurt parfait?
The diner breakfast.
Yeah, the Karen breakfast, the yogurt parfait.
Never did understand the concept. Why not thin that out a little bit? Add a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit thick, but I'm digging it. It's quite tasty.
Just like it.
It's gonna be real good on those biscuits.
I'm just gonna go bring it up a bit. No.
That's tasty. I say it like I'm so surprised. I've had it before. It's delicious.
There we
It
go.
always
There we go.
surprises me though that I like it.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite breakfasts. And I think this is funny because it was one of my one of those things that I made once where I think where I was sitting around, watching probably a cooking show somewhere, and they were making biscuits and gravy. I went, man, I would really love to learn how to make that. I went, why don't you just make it? Why don't you just make it,
They're
dummy?
doing it right now.
So just make it.
And it's because, like I said, to me, and it's just, we know what we know, right? And we're comfortable with what we're comfortable with. Gravy to me was never white growing up. Gravy came with chicken, like you got a roasted chicken, you got gravy, or you did a roast beef gravy. So it was always like a dark meat gravy versus this kind of white. And the first time you and I went to New Orleans and you ordered this, I was like, there's too much white on the plate. Like the whole plate just looked like white and too buttery for me, but it's very delicious.
Very good. It's a very good meal. Boom, bring it back. No, I think it's. But what I also think what's really nice about this is you can have it so many. You don't have to have it with the sausage. This is specifically a sausage gravy, so you could have it without. You could just do it with butter and make a proper roux. Add your seasonings, then salt, peppers. A lot of pepper if you're going that route.
See, I don't see how that would be as delicious as this. Because just doing the roux with a little bit of seasoning.
Well, basic
on top of-
bechamel
No, I
is
get
still
it.
tasty.
It is. No, but that's not what I'm saying. I don't think I would ever in my life put a basic bechamel on top of basically what amounts to a basic white biscuit. Because there's, in my mind, too much white. There's too much white flavor, there's too much white food.
But you got to remember, think on the concept of if you're doing that, it's part of.
Yep.
It's part of.
I'm giving you big ups because this is delicious. It's white, but it's delicious.
All right, I'm gonna just quickly.
It's so very rare that as a white person you get to say it's white, but it's actually delicious.
One plate.
That's fine. We can share one, or I can keep washing dishes.
Just give me a plate.
I know. But I'll get you one. I gotta wash it though.
I know. That's what it is. So, with that being done, we are gonna. What do you want to give me a? I want a plate.
I also need to just make room in the sink so that I can actually wash it through. The dishes are stacked all the way up. It makes it slightly more difficult.
Oh, okay. Boom. So, for this, what we're going to simply do, we are a minute left on our egg. So with the biscuit done, I'm just going to cut that in half. Look at that. Oh, perfect. Flaky, buttery. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. There we go. And one for you.
Oh, full biscuit, huh?
Full biscuit.
It's gonna be heavy for the wife.
We're going full biscuit.
I don't know if the wife can do full biscuit, but we'll try. We'll try. I'm gonna
Well,
have.
again, you don't have to eat. Here, don't ruin that one. That's my. I've got one you can play with here. No, I don't want to ruin the display, the presentation.
On the display.
The
So
presentation.
we're making the food display. I apologize.
We're making the presentation of the food. Don't
Okay.
break it. You're breaking my presentation.
I'm the worst wife that ever lived.
I didn't say that, but I inferred it.
Exactly.
And ready? Here we go. 1 minute. Boom. We are 6 minutes in. These are going into our ice bath.
I'm giving this a little bit of a stir.
They don't have to go in for too long. They just want to go in long enough to cool down, stop cooking. And we're going to bring them over here.
I am shocked by how good this biscuit is,
It's a great biscuit.
considering how easy it was to make.
It's it's a biscuit. I've been making that biscuit for about 10 years, 10, 15 years.
You sound like Betty White now.
Yeah, I've been baking her biscuit for
her
30
muffin.
years. I've been roughing her muffin,
Muffin her muffin?
stuffing her muffin with my biscuit.
Ew.
All right,
The girth implied was something.
I know. I'm not. It's not long, but it's
Girthy.
It's like a hockey
It's
puck.
like a biscuit.
It's like a hockey puck.
I'm just turning off the stove.
All right. So as you can tell, this egg is absolutely wonderful. It's just got enough pliability that you can tell that as soon as I break that open, yolk is going to pour right out. I'm gonna do the same thing when I'm breaking my eggs, because I got that little hole at the bottom. I'm gonna just gently tap the bottom a little bit. I'm gonna gently tap the top a little bit, and you don't want to be too forceful with the sides because that can actually, because this is so soft. This is soft boiled. You don't want to.
You don't want
You
to
don't want to break it, and it's very fragile right now.
It's fragile.
Just like I am.
It's fragile, like
I'm very fragile.
like
right now.
man ego. Fragile.
Hey, you're right. I'm sorry. So we're just gonna let that. You can always do the spoon trick too. If you put the spoon in.
Spoon.
There we go. All right. So these are perfect. So now we are gonna make our recipe. Can you pass me? Oh, there.
Oh no. I expected all of that shell just to go easy peasy lemon
All right.
into the compost.
So we're gonna go and onto each of our biscuits, we're gonna put a couple of scoops of our gravy.
Friends, you might think I'm being a little bit rude tonight with my trying to get some of the dishes rinsed as well. We have fruit flies again. It's like every freaking week I put up traps. Every week I think they're gone, and every week they come back in abundance.
All right. It's all right. So there we have that. I am now gonna just quickly. Boom, boom. We're gonna go from there, and we're gonna take our egg and just
yeah,
go.
just-
Oh, look at
Do me
that.
a favor. Pass that to me.
But it's gonna put that in. It's beautiful.
It's just gonna go like this. Can I see it?
Up, 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 up. There you go. And tilt it a little towards the camera. Oh, that's
Look
nice.
at how pretty those eggs are.
This is, once you learn this trick, and well, I learned this trick learning how to make ramen eggs, and this is the way ramen eggs, people who make ramen eggs do their eggs. What's nice about this is if you're doing the ramen eggs, once you put them in the ice bath and you let them cool all the way down, then you can put them in your ramen egg mixture and let them sit for a couple of days. There we have, this is biscuits and gravy with jammy eggs.
I'm having a bite.
Have a bite, don't you think?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Mmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, would never be my first choice on a menu if I was at a restaurant,
Oh,
but it's so good. It's really good.
it's for breakfast. It's
See, and I mean, we've lived together for a long time. you know that like even in the morning, sometimes I only want half an English muffin with like butter or cream cheese. I can't eat a lot when I first get up. This is a bit of an assault on my breakfast sensibilities, but if I waited till like 11, I'd murder this. This to me is not like I get up early in the morning and eat this. This is like a brunchy.
This is also the kind of thing I would put a little bit of.
I don't even need it. The flavor of your gravy is really delicious. It's just
No, it's
intense.
the gravy I've been doing for a long time. It's such a basic. If you can make, it's one of the basic mother sauces.
White gravy.
Well, a
Bechamel?
bechamel.
It was, and it's just the only difference is it's using the sausage fat as your butter.
You know what? I'm going to give someone a shout out that I don't know why I wasn't going to, but this is a book because I think you make an interesting point about cooking. I got this during the pandemic. I got it at Costco. It was like, I'm sad for Samin Nosrat because it should have cost more. But Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat. There's actually a show on Netflix if you're in North America. It's a beautiful book. And it talks a lot about exactly that. Different fats you can use, how to render fat, why. Like there's so much good food chemistry in this book.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend if you're going to buy, and I know, Elle Diabloe, how fucking old are you? Who still buys cookbooks? I do. Buy this one.
I think cookbooks are one of the few cookbooks that are still being bought because they're nice to have.
They are nice to have.
I mean, I will say it's sometimes they're just great inspirations to do something.
Oh, well, for the kitchen, there are times where,
I think
I'm
the
feeling
concept of the novel is going to go away. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say for the kitchen, there are times where I'm feeling a bit uninspired, and I'll sit on the couch while we're watching TV, and I'll just bring a couple of cookbooks with me and start to flip. I love cookbooks. I really do. I really, really do.
I love that.
This is very good. This is very, very good. I'm just not sure which cocktail I want to drink with it more because I have one of each.
I think this is I would do your Earl Grey, but I do it with bourbon. Do a bourbon iced tea with this, or something really gross like a Kahlua coffee.
I don't know. I think that would be way too thick. Part of me thinks just a plain old nice mimosa or a peach Bellini would cut through some of the head. There's a lot of protein in this. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of protein.
Well, there's sausage in it, and a little bit.
But you can feel it. Like and there's butter and
there's
whatever,
no butter.
so
In this.
It's,
Not a ton.
there's butter in the biscuits.
Fair.
Your mother's a cookbook freak.
My
I
mother is a
knew we
cookbook.
were gonna get along from the time I said I was gonna marry your son.
That is that show. Next week we're gonna delve. We're gonna get high. Next week we're gonna get so high.
We're gonna get high.
Next week we get high on the hog, though. It is an entire episode devoted to bacon. If you thought this was good with sausage, add a little bit of bacon fat to that.
Also, watch the little Jewish girl teach you how to cook bacon. Hooray! It's gonna be good
You know
though.
how to do it.
There's nothing like I've said once before on this show. When my mother and I last vacationed in Ireland, she was shocked by how much bacon I could eat. So
It's delicious stuff. So, because we want to be popular on the internet from 6 years ago, we're going to do a bacon episode. It's going to be fantastic.
But that means we're not going to be hipster about it because we're like so past
No.
the prime that we're going to be vintage about it.
Could we be cool if we did something so far past it being cool?
I think so.
Does that make it extra cool?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
It's cool because we said so. And we're old, so you should listen to us.
So listen to us. We're old, we're cool, and we're making bacon. I'm the Divine Danny D.
I am Elle Diabloe. You stay safe out there, friends.
Wear a mask.
Please.
Get your
fucking
vaccine! We love you. Bye!
Bye.